Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 13 of the Make It Rain podcast. 3 games for your Ontario Reign this week, including 2 against the first place battle. That's Anthony Collazo from Mayor's Manor. I'm Joe O'Regan. We're back in the same room. Roll that intro! Yes, we are back in the same room. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 13 of the Make It Rain podcast. I don't even got to point to the camera. That's Anthony Collazo from Mayor's Manor. I'm Joe O'Regan. 3 games for your Ontario Reign this week. Get used to hearing that. We got a lot to cover. And the NFL has gotten even crazier as we're recording this after the whole afternoon slate Sunday. Yep, 44-year-old Philip Rivers just lost by 2 to the Seahawks somehow. Shockingly. Anthony Collazo, how are we doing?
What's going on, everybody? I am doing okay. Yeah, the Reign, 3 games this weekend. Very eventful filled weekend. We had one against the Texas Stars Tuesday at the arena, and then we had 2 games in Colorado. Man, they almost made history this weekend, or they had a chance to. I wouldn't say almost. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a way to say it. Yeah, they didn't make history. Getting into the Zamboni cleaning, we're going to make this real fast. Tuesday, Kirill Kirsanov was not in the lineup. He predicted a healthy scratch. I kind of had no idea. We go to ask Coach Andrew Lord about that whole thing after the fact, and then out of nowhere, plus 5,000 odds. Oh, yeah, he had a baby today.
Yeah.
Huh? What? From out of the blue, I swear. No idea. I did not see that coming whatsoever. And then other news, on the road trip, thank you, Megan Sanders, for taking a picture of it, but Jacob Doty is on the road trip. Could this be a sign that we are nearing a return from the Dotes himself?
Yeah,
we
haven't heard word on Doty. I did ask my source if he's on the way back. They were saying that there's not really a word on him, so they don't think so. But him being on the road trip, like you said, does kind of speculate the fact that he might be coming back pretty soon, or maybe just the fact that he's a part of the team and he's one of their leaders for sure. Even if he doesn't wear the A some games or whenever he does, he definitely is one of the leaders. He's what, in year 8 now? Year 7?
I don't even want to try guessing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's year 7. Year 7, 2019. Yeah, it would be. Yeah. Anyways, that covers all of the Zamboni cleaning. Let's get down to beeswax. 3 games for your Ontario Reign. This episode of the Make It Rain podcast is presented to you by Gowdy Law. We all know having a game plan is key when it comes to your family's future. Are you ready? Gowdy Law is here to help specialize in estate planning. Gowdy Law ensures your loved ones are protected from losing a ton of money in time to probate when you pass away, just like on the ice. Preparation matters. Don't wait till the last minute to make the right play. Visit GowdyLaw.com today to start planning for the future. Get estate planning pricing and what is it, Collazo?
A free consultation.
Right on their website. It's literally that simple. The price is right on their website. Gowdy Law, make estate planning easy, understandable, and affordable. As always, the link's in the description. You can visit their offices in downtown Upland. Roll the Reign rapid recap. I can actually hear it now. That is very nice. Here we go. Tuesday, the Reign wrap up a 5-game homestand with one more bout with the Texas Stars in the opening frame. Who's that speeding down the lane? Wait, why is everything chrome? Future! Marty McFly Chromiak potting his 8th of the year, and then gives the Reign an early lead. And 44 seconds later, Nikita Kucherov, just kidding. Nikita Alexandrov makes it 2-0. In the middle frame, Antonio Strong gets the Stars on the board, but a few minutes later, I don't even have my hoodie on, but Kenny! That's me trying to sound kind of like Cartman. But Kenny Connors gets one in the net, and it's 3-1, somehow. And in the final frame, Nikita Alexandrov might need to be nerfed. He's got his second in the game. It's 4-1. However, notable raid killer Artem Schlane makes it 4-2, and Harrison Scott makes it 4-3. But with the net empty, Kenny scores with his second in the game. And seriously, no joke, with 6.7 seconds left on the clock, And Francesco Pinelli gets himself in on the fun. Touchdown, Ontario. 6-3 the final. Katie. My voice is shot already.
Man, this was probably one of the best recaps of the year. Good job, Joe. And probably one of the best games of the year for the Ontario Reign. They tie their season high in goals with 6. What was the previous game where they scored 6 goals? It was against the Barracuda on Halloween night.
It was.
So good stuff from the Texas Stars.
And did we forget about Calgary on Saturday? The prior Saturday? Because they also won that game 6-1.
Did they really?
Yes, they did.
They did.
Because it's the second time I've said touchdown Ontario in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, so the third time, Barracuda on Halloween, and then the Calgary Wranglers on the 6th last weekend. Let's get into the goals. Martin Chromiak, signature move. Connor Pundick coughs it up at the blue line. Chromiak takes off. He's so fast. I mean, you kind of forget how fast he really is. Goes on, forehand, backhand, signature move. It feels like we talked about this all the time last year.
Oh, gosh.
That's the move. Even when he misses, that's the move he always goes to.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's just a lack of film from other teams. Because if I'm a goalie and I see Chromiak, if I watch film and I see him do that every time he takes off on like a breakaway or anytime he's close to the net.
You're going to cheat the blocker.
The backhand side.
You're going to cheat.
Lefty or right.
Cheat the blocker side. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I mean, he does it every time. It was a beauty. 1-0 Ontario. Then Glenn Godden wins the draw. Bolduc feeds Gutman at the half wall. Thrown in front, and it redirects in off Alexandrov's stick. Alexandrov, man, I mean, talk about him a little bit because I don't think we'll talk about him a little bit later. I mean, he's been unbelievable.
Yeah. Nikita Alexandrov, it almost felt like the honeymoon is starting to wear off for him at the time of recording this. But Tuesday, man, he's been unreal so far in these first 3 games with the Reign. He pots, I believe, his 3rd goal in a Reign sweater already there. No, 2nd goal in a Reign sweater.
That's the 2nd one, yeah.
Yep, I knew that. Cole Gutman just kind of a mess of a shot, honestly. And Nikita Alexandrov, he's there with a couple of Texas Stars players, and it catches, I want to say, like, caught his calf or skate or something. No kicking motion, obviously. And it goes in the net. So, cool. Nice.
Cool. Nice.
2-0 Ontario. And then it's Antonio's strongest to open or not to open, but 4 minutes into the second period. Cole in behind the net, feeding Bertucci. Kind of just goes howitzer, misses wide. What is it with me and saying howitzer these past 2 episodes? I have no idea. He misses wide. Antonio Strongest, wide open. Big rebound off that back wall. Common sight in Ontario at this rate. Recollects it, wrapped it around. Copley's completely out of position. Lost in the sauce. It's 2-1. Then the Reign, with that precious 3rd line, score another goal. A neutral zone interception. I mean, just leave. Picks the puck off, feeds Jared Wright across the blue line. Kenny Connors, probably a 65-foot shot, shoots it right into Arno Tiefensee's right armpit. He thought he kicked it to the side, kicked it into the corner. Proceeds to go back into the net, go into the VH, laid an egg, or in this case, laid the puck straight into the net.
Yeah, that was probably one of the more interesting goals I've ever seen in my time.
It's the second most interesting goal off the top of my head. Luke Rowe against Archer Seelobs is the only one that takes the cake there.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I think this one falls into the because that one fell into the category of like shocking. But
this was also
you saw
shocking,
what happened. This one, everybody in the arena didn't know what happened. Yeah. It was like he saved it, and then everybody was like, "Where's the puck?" And then I don't even think that. I
don't think Kenny Connors realized it.
No, I think who said it? I think it was Angus Booth who said it. I think he said that Connors was the only one who saw it go in. Everybody else was like, even the players, everyone on the bench, everyone in the arena was like, "Where's the puck?"
Oh,
and it's in the net. That was odd. Nobody knew what happened. I had to watch the replay like 3 times to realize, oh my gosh, that puck went into his armpit. And earlier in the game, there was a stoppage where the puck went into a Stars defender's glove.
Glove or his pants? It was one or the other.
No, it went into his glove. It was. Yeah. It's so weird. So like,
and it was right in front of the crease too.
Exactly. So nobody knew where the puck was then. 20 minutes later, this happened, and everyone's like, "Did it happen again?" It's in the net. Crazy.
Shocker. Yeah. There's no way to say it. No other way to say that. Rain 4-1, extending the lead. Nikita Alexandrov once again, man. This guy is a man on fire. Third goal in 3 games with the Rain. Cohen Zemer, Bulldog himself, finishing a check on the boards. Pretty big hit there. Angus Booth collects, kind of just flips it. If the 2-line pass rule exists, the play would have been blown dead. Flips it to Nikita Alexandrov, walks in. Booth catches up in a 2-on-1. Alexandrov looks, turns the hips, and reminds Arno Tiefensee to check your glove. 4-1 Ontario. And then 2 goals by Texas because, of course, Ontario can't make anything easy. So puck gets worked out high. Tristan Bertucci's shot gets blocked. Artem Schlain just chops at it. I mean, from a pretty whack angle almost, and it just goes in the net. There's nothing else to really break into that. Harrison Scott makes it 4-3, wrapping it around. He shot it wide, but Joe Hickett's skate. I'll get into Joe Hickett's again later on in the episode, but Joe Hickett's at the post, thinks the puck's going through his legs. It does not. Goes in the net. Kind of just redirected a little bit of friendly fire. 4-3. Then 2 empty netters for your Ontario Reign. Loose puck in the defensive zone. Lee feeds right, feeds Connors. Connors has one guy in front of him, gets it past him. 90-footer straight into a 6x4. And it's 5-3. You're going to the Honda Center. You're walking out with free chicken, but too bad this is Ontario. And just go get your chicken sandwich pregame at this rate. But Francesco Pinelli picked one off in the neutral zone and then just flipped a 70-footer into the net. I honestly think it's rubbing salt in the wound, but hey, it's what it is. That was a lot of goals to cover. Rain wins 6-3.
Yeah, Harrison Scott's goal to make it 4-3 was a little bit scary.
Had everybody on the edge of their seat. We'll put it in short.
Yeah, the Rain don't play well on the 6-on-5. I don't know the exact stats, but it just feels like they just don't really play that well. And I said when it was 4-2 that I had the feeling that this game was going to OT for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. So it was 4-3, and I got a little scared. But Kenny Connors kind of puts the dagger in, and then Pinelli twists the knife in the Star's body. I was surprised that they even emptied the net again. There was no reason. There was not that much time left.
45 seconds.
45 seconds left, down by 2.
45 seconds to get 2 goals, though, isn't completely impossible.
It's not possible, but like after they scored, it was 5-3. Game felt over at that point. But hey, I guess Pinelli will take it for the statistics.
Yep, absolutely agree. Hey, can't complain about that whatsoever, though.
Yeah, and the Rain scored 6 goals, but it didn't seem that way in the first period. Their first shot came 8 minutes and 18 seconds into the game. They didn't look great. It kind of looked like the game from, was it last week at this? It was a week and a half ago from Tuesday, where they played the Stars. They lost 4-1.
Or Saturday, if we want to really get into it.
It was Tuesday, and then that last weekend, and then the weekend before that. So it was like a week and a half.
Yeah.
In between that game and then this game.
It was in Bakersfield. Nobody registered a shot for like the first 7 minutes.
No. I mean the previous Stars game.
Oh.
When they lost 2-1, where the Rangers really couldn't. They weren't getting anything off.
Okay. They lost 4-1, and they had Texas outshot 6-0 to open that. Texas couldn't put a shot up.
Yeah. But
so kind of role reversal.
What I was saying was after they went up 6-0 in shots, they just
couldn't shoot.
After that, they were awful, right?
Okay.
And it was 4-1, but it was 2-1 through the first 50 minutes of the game before the Stars tallied 2 more to end it. It's kind of like this game. This game was a lot closer than it says. It was not a 6-3 game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Rangers started putting it on the Stars. 9 shots. I think they registered 9 shots. What was the stat? I think I have it on my
They outshot
Twitter.
Texas 9-4 in the first. Texas outshot them 8-6 in the second. Texas outshot them 9-8 in the third. Rain outshoot them 23-21. And a lot of the Rain looks were fairly decent looks. They weren't completely poor. Just like, we're just going to flip this on net because we're at the end of a change or something. No, the Rain actually bothered to take good shots.
Yeah.
He's still pulling it up.
What's the stat? I can't find it.
I mean, in comparison to when they played him on November 30th, that's the first game he's referencing, the Ontario Reign just looked way better.
Yeah.
All 3 zones, they looked way better. They suffocated Texas in the neutral zone. Their breakouts, their forecheck, it was about as good as we've seen the Reign do all year.
Yeah.
I mean, then the third period comes around and you have to scare us a little bit. So the Reign need to work on stepping on their throat and not letting off in the third period, because they let off and then they realized, oh, we might actually not get 2 points out of this. Let's actually try again. And then they just score 2 empty net goals and the Reign win. So cool.
Yep. All right.
That one more thing. Second, make it rant coming up straight for you guys here in the audience. Okay, I'm gonna just walk you through a situation here. Let's say one of your friends at a hockey game is dehydrated. Why dehydrated? I don't know. But say your friend's dehydrated. You don't have a water bottle. Your friend doesn't have a water bottle. Nobody around you has a water bottle. You have to go and get a water cup from the concession stand, get it back to your friend because he can't move around or something. Explain to me how somebody has the nerve, seriously, how someone has the nerve, Toyota Arena concessions workers, to say that'll be $2 for a paper cup.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, bro, you can't do that, man. That's crazy. Because Ontario Toyota Arena completely replaced all of their water fountains too. It's all of them now are I'm going to use my good old water cup here. It's the stick in and the water just falls in. There's no more push button that water fountain anymore.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist. So what are you going to do? You're going to stick your nose and I don't know. Yeah. That's a massive technical foul in the Toyota Arena pricing crew. You've already got your all-in members paying more this year, and you've already got the unlimited members paying about $20 or $30 more.
Yeah.
Per month. For the love of God, how much does a paper cup cost? Seriously?
Well, a water cup at I was free, so it's yeah.
I mean, yeah. And at most sporting events, it's free too.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would ever pay for a drink at like In-N-Out or Chipotle or even like Chick-fil-A. Like you go,
just get a water cup.
Just get a water cup. It's like basically the same size as a small drink if you want a small drink.
I mean, the only exception is if you go
refills.
the only exception is you go get a shake. That's it.
No, yeah, exactly.
That's the only exception. Anyways, after that make it rant, let's roll into Friday's game as the Reign head north to Loveland to begin a weekend set with the first place Colorado Eagles at the most dreaded cowbell place, Blue Arena. Let me show you how the score sheet looked in the first and second period. Still looking for it. Oh, wait. Couldn't find it. Nobody scored. In the third period, Tristan Nielsen on the 4-on-4, get used to hearing that, scores his 11th of the year, and it's 1-0 Colorado. However, Orioles outfielder Wardo goes top shelf where Mama hides the cookie jar, and we're tied on the breakaway. Now, here's where this is going to get good. A double minor, high sticking, Martin Cromack's bleeding. Why Martin Cromack, I don't know. On Reign legend, Jake Wise, he goes to the box. All right, 5 seconds. Godfather, tip and goal. 28 seconds later, because that only killed half the penalty off. 28 seconds later, Godfather, another goal. He doubles the trouble with 2 goals. His first goals in 36 days. The Reign take a 3-1 lead in 33 seconds. Then Eagles captain has something to say. Jason Magna makes it a 1-goal game again, but nothing else happens as the Reign pick up a pretty impressive win by the final of 3-2. Nice. Reign win. This is the beginning of the 4-on-4 problems. We'll break into it more here in game 3. But the Reign skated out of Loveland with 2 points tonight. Somehow, some way. And I would like to thank Phoenix Copley for doing most of that job, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, this was a very exciting game. I said about the game on Tuesday versus Texas that was probably the Reign's best game of the season, or one of them. This was probably one of the more exciting
one of the best road
season.
Games.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you go into Loveland and you're keeping up with their pace, which I really don't believe that their game is playing that physical. And they matched the Eagles' physicality, which we will get into in a second. First goal, third period, like Joe said, 4-on-4.
Tristan Nielsen.
We'll talk about the 4-on-4 as well. Tristan Nielsen toe drag to the backhand around Burrow's very nifty move, and just flips it back in over Copley's shoulder, who's hugging the post. It's 1-0 Colorado, but fear not. 2 minutes later, Taylor Ward takeaway in the neutral zone. And I didn't know Taylor Ward was this fast. I don't think we've ever seen Ward.
I don't think I've seen Taylor Ward move this quick either.
I mean, burst of speed past Jack Ashawn.
Jack Ashawn, you're good.
Jack Ashawn. He uses his speed, gets past them, chips it over Miner's glove. It's 1-1. Then, on the power play, like Joe said, 4-minute double Miner on Chromiak, which wasn't even called at first. You were complaining to me about the refs in this game, and then I think like 5 minutes later, Chromiak blatant high stick didn't get called originally.
Yeah. They originally thought it was Pinelli's stick, though, that caught him up high. But Jake Wise went to go lift Pinelli's stick, misses his stick completely.
Yeah, he missed him.
And then clips Martin Chromiak in the chin or in the mouth. Yeah, you can do that. 4 minutes for a high stick. Thank you very much. Rain go the power play. And then Samuel Bolduc, big shot from the point, tipped home by Glenn Godin. Thank you for putting traffic in front of the net. Rain take the lead 2-1. And then, just a few seconds later, half a minute later to be exact, Samuel Bolduc enters the zone, feeds it back. Oh, why does he have all that floor space? Glenn Godin, wide open, put up the welcome mat, put up a tent and start a family. He had that much room and that much time. Gathers, pick and pop over the blocker of Trent Miner, and the Rain take a 3-1 lead. And then Alex Barre Boulay, feeds Ty Felber, makes a pretty slick feed. Jacob Magna, and he beats Phoenix Copley 5-hole. Nothing else happened. Rain win. Thank you very much. Make that 4 straight for your Ontario Reign and another week 1.
Yeah, 4 straight games with the win. 7 out of 8 games won up into this point, and it's an impressive 7 out of 8. It's not 7 out of 8 versus like the average for Canucks
and 4 out of
like that.
And 4 out of Phoenix Copley's last 5 in net. I forgot about that one too.
Yeah, you beat the Condors in back-to-back games on the same weekend, which is pretty good. Then you beat the Silver Knights, who were rolling up into that point 4-3. Even though that they probably shouldn't have won that game, they win. You lose to the Stars. Then you come around next weekend, 2 wins against the Wranglers. You beat the Stars like we talked about on Tuesday, and then you beat the Colorado Eagles in Loveland. Very impressive streak going there. But unfortunately, as we saw and we talked about, the 4-on-4 problems kind of begin at this point, and it goes on to tomorrow. I think up until this point, I think they let up 5 4-on-4 goals this season and only scored 2. And next game, they gave up 2 or 3? Spoiler.
Decline to comment on that right now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, the Reign played a pretty good 60-minute effort, though. You kind of alluded to it earlier. The Reign just matched their physicality head to toe. Can't beat it, man. And then a lot of dump-ins, so the neutral zone was pretty filled up, to say the least. That's kind of the battle you were expecting out of a first and second place team. Playoff style-ish matchup and a lot of physicality. However, Colorado was giving themselves the green light to just go ham on some Reign players. And I'll break into the Jacob Doty enforcer/protection thing later. But is Jacob Doty that useful to the Reign lineup, especially when they play a team that honestly at times look to take advantage of them? Yes, the Reign do play a sort of physical game. That was rhetorical, by the way. Sorry. The Reign play a fairly physical game, definitely more physical than last year. Just not saying much because there was no physicality last year. But when they play their physicality, there's a line to it, especially in the regular season. And then you've got where the Eagles are playing, which they are doing this all the time. Tiptoeing over the line every single time. Doing stuff that I think goes too far, but
yeah, that's just how
That's just how
the Eagles play. I feel like, and I know we talked about this in prior about Doty. I wouldn't really go there just for the sheer fact that, again, the Reign just have a different personnel, and the Reign don't play that physical in the first place. They have a decent forecheck, and they really cannot play in transition at all. But they play a fairly what's the word I'm looking for? Skillful game in a sense where they
Sort
are
of.
good at just being protective in the neutral zone and when they're back checking, which is why when you look at their offense and their shots on goal, I mean, this game is kind of the outlier where they put up 33 shots on net, which they did not put up in Saturday's game at all, and they didn't really come close to that in Tuesday's game against the Stars either.
Yeah.
But from top to bottom, really their only line where they can't forecheck is that first line where they have Alexandrov, Godin, and Gubman. When you look at the other lines, I mean, you have Taylor Ward, who's probably going to be an all-star this year. Team leading 11 goals. He's got a great forecheck. Then that third
Over
line.
Andre Lee?
Yeah.
Debates need to be made.
Just the goals. But if we're going pure just who's hot right now, probably Andre Lee. And if they get 2 all-stars, it will probably be Andre Lee and Taylor Ward. But right now, just because he's leading the team in goals, it'll probably be Taylor Ward. I mean, we saw that with Samuel Fagima last year, where he definitely was not the best player on the Reign, but because he has the most goals, he made the All-Star team.
Especially in the year prior where he got robbed. Probably was just a sort of payback type moment.
Yeah, but Brian Clark was the All-Star, so can you really
Yeah, well, the Reign should have had multiple All-Stars because they did make it to the Pacific Division Final that year.
True. And then the third line, Lee Connors, right. All 3 of them can probably play in the NHL right now. All of them can forward check. All of them have a good back check. And then the fourth line, I mean, Cohen Zimmer, when he came over, his main asset was he can forward check. He goes in, and the biggest question for Zimmer when he came over was, as a kid, which he came over when he was 20, will he be able to kind of big body grown men, right? He played in the WHL, it's a junior league, and he's able to do it there, but can he do it against grown men, developed men? And he's been able to do it really well.
Oh, absolutely.
He's been playing really well. I mean, he's able to really get in deep on the forward check. He finishes his checks. But yeah, Doughty, we'll see when he comes back. I still think Colorado is doing the same thing. And also, I think it was a game plan thing as well.
Yeah.
As we will see next game with the 4-on-4. I think that they just like to pick on the Reign, get them mad, get them on the 4-on-4. Exactly. And then it worked. So we'll get into that right now.
Yeah, we will get into it. Run it back in Loveland to wrap up the weekend set between the Reign and Eagles in the opening frame. With 3:54 left in the first period, just remember this. The captain says, send in the Bears. Jason Magna makes it 1-0, and there go all the Teddies. And after a cleanup and intermission, a 40-minute intermission, by the way, we will play the next 24 minutes. And it was a 2-minute media timeout between the first and second period. Huh? Yeah, you heard me correctly. Later in that prolonged first period on the power play, it's Tristan Nielsen. 12th of the year makes it 2-0. First power play goal the Reign have allowed in quite a while, honestly. All right, here's a rundown of the final 40. Alex Barré-Boulet scores 2 goals. Timu Makar, Taylor Makar, and Jason Magna, again, all score. Yeah, add 4 goals. There's 6 for Colorado on the board. Oh, wait. And thanks to great feed by Jack Hughes, Glenn Gaughan makes it 6-1. Cool. Game over. We would like to wipe that from the memory. We would like to take a factory reset.
Yeah, I had no idea it was Teddy Bertos night for the Eagles. And
neither did I.
Coming into this game, I went back and looked at every single year the Reign were an AHL affiliate, and they have never beaten the Eagles in Colorado in 2 straight games. So they probably knew that they were up for the test in this one, and just from the very beginning, it just was not good. Man.
Not good at all. Yeah, the Reign got outshot to bloody hell in the first period, 15-3. So
yeah, just to save time, we won't go into the goals just because there was 1 goal for the Reign, and I'm pretty sure people don't want to hear how the 6 goals for the Eagles were scored. Because we're already at 30 minutes, and we got to get into the weather report and stuff like that.
All right, fine.
So we'll just go straight into the notes.
Yeah, forget the goals. They all happen. Let's see here. How many goals were 4-on-4?
I believe it was probably 2.
I think it was 2. Yeah. 2 goals, 4-on-4. 3 goals in the whole weekend, 4-on-4. The Reign gave up 9 goals, so that's not saying much. Or, no, excuse me. 8 goals. Almost half their goals were 4-on-4. Less than half their goals, I'm pretty sure, were 5-on-5. Not normal at all.
Very bad.
So, if the Reign won this game, they would have been tied for first place. Well, obviously that didn't happen. And then, I gotta revisit this because the teddy bear goal came 16 minutes in, 3:54 left, and then how does AHL approve that? Screw it, we'll send it to the intermission. Like,
yeah, that was weird. I
I've
didn't
never
know that
seen
was
that.
happening. Yeah. It's like the teddy bear toss came. What? It was 16 minutes into the
16:06.
16:06, and then they go into. And I don't even think they knew they were doing this. It was just kind of like
because Cam McGuire didn't realize this at all, and I heard something, and I'm like, did I just hear that correctly?
Yeah,
roll back about 10 seconds. Oh no, I heard that correctly. So I proceed to then text him. He then posted, but he also responded to me like, "Bro, no way."
Yeah, I
hard to
don't
believe, but it happened.
I don't want to make excuses for the Reign, but that definitely seemed to take a little bit of energy out of them.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
It's just a weird situation. I mean, I guess it makes sense with AHL. Like, teddy bears come onto the ice. You don't want to clean the ice and then play for 3 minutes and then cut the ice, I guess. I guess you might as well with just 3 minutes, clean it, and then cut it. And I wonder if that was made known to them beforehand. I didn't watch the post-game interview. I think you did.
Mm-hmm.
Was that made known to them, or was that not asked?
No, it was made note to him after the refs got in there about 8 minutes in because no teddy bears were getting clean off the ice. So they were just like, go to the locker room. We'll see ya.
So it wasn't even a thing until after the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
bonkers.
Odd to me.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, that's ridiculous to me. I don't know.
Yeah, besides the point. So there's that. The 4-on-4 problems. But I'm going back to this. The Reign had a perfect chance to respond. They got a full reset basically. Like, okay, we're getting outshot 12-2 at the time, I think it was. Don't quote me on that. And the Reign could have gone back in. They're like, all right, I'm fed up with this. This ain't gonna cut it. This is a load of badabadabble to that's called creative cussing, folks. A load of badabble. And then the Reign show up and literally do not change at all. They had a perfect chance to respond to that moment, and then they proceeded to crumble. Absolutely just fall apart. And that's how this game ends up 6-1.
Yeah, I did not watch the post game, so you can tell me if Lori had a comment on this. I want to know why, because I'm watching the highlights and I can't really see. I guess I just don't have the hockey mind for it as much as I would like to. But the 4-on-4, like we've alluded to a bunch of times in this episode, just not good at all. And I wonder why. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're just not. I don't know.
So I don't know what it is, but when the Reign have 4 skaters on the ice, especially when it's 4-on-4, I almost feel like the Reign are skilled enough 4-on-4 where you could run a man-to-man defense. Not a zone, like a usual 2-2/box in this case. But they run the box setup on the power play. This is the second goal Colorado scores. And Angus Booth and Kyle Burrows, legit Spider-Man meme. Who's got who? Well, nobody had Tristan Nielsen backdoor. They were both crossed up. They both were starting to work out high. Nobody got the slot. And then it's a wide open goal. By the way, I'll get into this a little bit more. I mean, 4-on-4 again, slot wide open when Ronnie Adder shoots. He's not Ronnie Adder just comes right around the back. Like Joey, you can show this. Ronnie Adder just comes right around the net, looking. Dude, there is nobody in sight for the Ontario Reign there, especially in the slot. Then he just here you go, Barry Boulet. And then Barry Boulet proceeds to just shaft one. Like, skims the top of it. And he shoots it about 45 miles an hour straight into the net.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody wins with that.
Yeah, you can chalk it up to, I mean, communication errors in this game, but at the same time,
I think the Reign were just tired.
Which I know you're not saying this, but it's getting to a point where it's a system issue. You don't just, I don't know the exact number, but it's like right now it's like the Reign have given up 7 or 8 goals on the 4-on-4. They've only scored 2.
The goal differential 4-on-4 or in that extension type period I think it is the worst in the American Hockey League. I want to say
it
it's
probably
like
is. You can't find it online.
-6. I think it's 8-2 or something like that.
Yeah.
If you want to go find it for yourself, just see it for yourself. I'm pretty sure that's what it is at the time we are recording this, though. So, yeah, that happened.
Yeah, and then it's a problem because it felt like the Eagles were just picking on the rain all game, which is kind of like you said, if Doty's on the ice, would that happen?
No.
I still think it does because it feels like that they weren't doing it to get. No, that's not the way to put it. They were doing it to get under their skin, and even if Doty fights someone, it doesn't help because then 5-on-5, and then you can still pick on players. It's not a defense issue where it's like, oh, Atu Yamson is getting bullied in the corner and no one's helping him. It's not that.
Mm-hmm.
It's, Atu Yamson's getting bullied in the corner, and then Francisco Pinelli, who Pinelli in year 1 and now is like a completely different guy.
Player. Yep.
Pinelli is coming in. He's getting angry. He gets sent to the box. This other guy is getting sent to the box. Now you're 4-on-4, and then you're screwed, right? And
Exactly.
if the 4-on-4 problems keep happening the way they are, teams are going to see that, and they're just going to pick on the rain, Doty or not. Because it's just, you get them 4-on-4.
Unfortunately, that is kind of where this whole thing is going.
Yeah.
I think, though, if Doty gets in there and he fights, he gets the team going at the minimum. Maybe, just maybe, because it has zero correlation to playing and that, but maybe gets the bench a little bit bought in to playing better 4-on-4.
Maybe.
Or it gets Jacob Doty in there to say, we ain't taking this crap, and that happens. Pardon my French.
It also takes two to tango.
Well,
and I don't think the Eagles ever want to tango with anybody in this game. I think they're trying to, like, it's just, it felt like after every single time the play was stopped, they were trying to get under their skin.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing about home ice advantage. Colorado, I think, has the biggest advantage when it comes to home
100%.
ice because, my gosh, that place is packed. I also don't think I've ever seen the Reign play them during a weekday, like a Tuesday or Wednesday game. Never have seen the Reign play there, like during a weekday. On the weekends, though, 5,000 plus fans. Cowbell is going. They get absolutely squirrely, rowdy, loud, whatever you want to call it. And that just feeds the flame for Colorado to get in on the business. It gets the fans engaged. It gets them involved. And then when they score, gosh, that place has got to be shaking. I mean, the camera even, some of those goals were shaking. Probably why they didn't even bother showing the Flow Hockey broadcast for when the Eagles even scored.
It was Teddy Bertels night. So that
automatically brings in more fans. But
yeah.
Saturday night, they also had a ton of fans.
Yeah, I mean, that's an arena I want to go to for sure. Next time I go out to Colorado.
Reign, go out there one more time, brother. Hope you find time.
The Reign still have not won back-to-back games in Colorado in their entire franchise history, which is kind of sad.
Yep, sad. Yeah. Chalk it up how you like it. Reign lose by the final of 6-1. Let's hop into the Reign weather report. I believe I have the 100%.
Yeah, go ahead.
Am I correct on that?
Mm-hmm.
Someone, please check. Glenn Gaudin.
Yeah.
Single reason why the Reign even skated out of Colorado with 2 points and 3 goals in 2 games. I think he got his swagger back. I remembered chatting to some of the people in 105, and he is just there. I mean, he's balling now. He had an assist on Tuesday, and then he had 3 goals and an assist over the weekend, I believe. And Glenn Gaudin, thank the good Lord, is turning up the dial after it seems like he's been borderline a ghost the past month.
No, 100%. He had a career year last year, 62 points, 26 goals, 36 assists in all 72 games. He has now played in 24 games this year, so he's played in his last 96 games, which you can call him a ghost, right? Which I don't really even blame you. But he has been dependable. He's the first line center. You got to be healthy, and he's been healthy.
Yeah.
6 goals, 11 assists. And those 2 goals on the double minor were absolutely huge. And they weren't
crucial.
They were
That's
good
the reason
goals.
why the Reign won.
Yeah. So I think I tweeted right before they went on the first power play. I was like, you got to score here. You got to score at least one. They scored in 4 seconds. And then 30 seconds later, he scores again on the second minor. So that was huge. Yeah. I mean, he well deserving 100% of the week.
Certainly. Nothing else needs to be said. 50% go.
Yeah, I'll go Phoenix Copley. Copley, I mean,
Another reason why the Rain skated out of Colorado with 2 points. And 4 points overall in the week because he was great on Tuesday.
What a turn of events from the beginning of the season where he gave up, like, I think it was like 5-6-5.
Flashback to last episode when I was saying maybe it was because he just wasn't prepared to play back in Ontario again. When he gets traded to the Lightning, then he comes back to Ontario. Completely different circumstance, but compared to tearing your ACL, which, yikes. It's a completely different circumstance, but Phoenix Copley's rose to the occasion, and he looks like the prolific goaltender that we know he can be.
Yeah, he played decent against the Stars on Tuesday. He gave up 3 goals. He saved 21, so he turned away 21 of 24 shots. Or, I lied. He turned away 18 of 21 shots, gave up 3 goals. And then he turned away 27 29 shots in the win versus Colorado. He has looked really, really good.
Yep.
And if he continues this, and when Portillo comes back, man, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Didn't I hear that at some point last week too? Oh yeah, I said that also.
There you go.
0%. Wow. Isaiah Seville is getting the 0% because he went full-blown fish flopping. The rebound control Saturday was abysmal, for lack of better terms. And I don't know if it's because he really didn't have any help, or I don't know if we were kind of getting lied to because the first two games he plays with the Reign, he puts up a good performance in both of them. But granted, he also only saw 15 and 16 shots in those respective games. Then he sees 15 shots in one period and 33 overall and gives up 6 goals. So
yeah, I wrote that in my pregame on Mayor's Manor where I was like, we'll see what happens because the Eagles are going to put up more shots than he saw against Bakersfield. And,
that was a guarantee.
Yeah, so I think he saw like 16 shots and like 15 shots. He was always going to see more shots in this game, and he didn't really look good. I mean, granted, the Reign as a whole didn't look good. They did not give him any help at all. But yeah, he didn't help the cause. So 0%,
Absolutely.
kind of a harsh 0%, but it is what it is.
It had to have been handed out to somebody. Moving into next week, San Diego and Henderson play on the 16th. Reign head up to Bakersfield Wednesday. We're going to be at that game at 6:30 puck drop at Dignity Health Arena. San Jose plays Coachella Valley. Friday, Tucson at Abbotsford. San Diego at Calgary. Bakersfield at Coachella Valley. Saturday, Tucson at Abbotsford. Henderson at Colorado. Coachella Valley at Bakersfield. Ontario Reign, Teddy Bear Toss Night against the San Jose Barracuda. Get used to seeing us play them. Be there or be triangle.
There you go.
Yes. Reign score, you better have your arm ready to go. Like, I'm talking baseball players, if you're there, J-bands and everything. Have it ready to roll. We need as many teddy bears on the ice as possible. I don't want to lose to Colorado or Hershey. Well, we're going to lose to Hershey, but that's not saying much. We got to make Teddy Bear Toss look impressive for when we do eventually score. Who's your pick for the Teddy Bear Toss goal?
We will go with Alexandrov.
I'm going Kenny Connors. Okay. Sunday, San Diego, Calgary, Henderson, and Colorado. Reign, Santa Con once again against San Jose. First 1,000 fans get a Christmas hat. They're trying to set a world record for most Santa hats worn in an arena in a game. So bring your Santa hat if you have it.
Yeah, and those 2 games next weekend are going to be huge because the Eagles are in first place. 17-6-0-1, 35 points.
But San Jose don't look too far. They're in third.
Barracuda are in second, 32 points.
They're in second. Oh, my bad. Even better.
15-8-1-1. The Reign, 15-8-1-0, 31 points with 1 less game played.
They have a game in hand.
So the 2 seed and the 3 seed in the Pacific Division face off twice next weekend. It's going to be big. It's going to be huge.
Means a lot.
The Calgary Wranglers, 27 games played. They are 12-10-4-1, 29 points. And then the Firebirds had the same amount of points in 4 less games, 13-7-3-0. Then the Condors, Goals, and Knights 6-8. Tucson in 9th, and the Canucks in 10th.
In the AHL basement. How you doing? One more thing following Sunday's game. No games in the American Hockey League. There will be, I think there's a couple games in the NHL. But the Christmas break will follow. No games until Friday, the 26th, when the Belleville Senators play the Toronto Marlies. Then the Reign play San Jose the 27th.
There you go.
They play San Jose or Henderson. It's one or the other. I might have it backwards. Anyways, that wraps up season 2, episode 13 of the Make It Rain podcast. You know the drill from here on out. You can subscribe down below. Follow us on Spotify at Make It Rain Podcast. Follow us on all socials at Make It Rain Pod. We are posting. We are very well and alive there. Have a great week. We'll see you next Monday. Peace.